What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another DC Heroes and Villains video. Alright guys, gonna talk real quick here about tiering up and the amount of items you need in total to go from tier 1 to tier 3, which is going to be green items. We're going to talk about all the slots and what they do and where you should focus on depending on your class. And we're going to talk about going from tier 4 to tier 6. And then lastly going to tier 7, which is currently the final stop at the moment without using the shop. The bottom right corner of the tier 7 requires you to be patient and buy shop items so you can prepare in advance. I'm going to tell you guys the amount of items you need for each tier from going from green to blue to purple, and then we're going to add them all up so you guys know how many of those items you need to farm. First thing I want to talk about real quick though, what each of the tier items sections do, like the slots. So let's do that first before we get anywhere else. So just so you guys are aware, the left side here is going to be for your tanks and your healers. Top left is plus HP, left side is plus defense, and then bottom left is also HP. So you can see here this is going to be for survivability purposes, and this is where your tanks and your healers are going to focus on first. Your DPS are going to focus on here because this is for your damage, for your main color. This is all colors, and then this one here is going to be your main color plus some defense and HP. So this is going to be your most sought after slot from day one, the moment you get there. Now, each tier requires a certain amount of items for you to get. When I say all slots, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not including bottom right. Bottom right will always be different, and I will make sure I tell you guys that. So here's how it works, okay? From tier 1 to tier 3, you're going to require green items, okay? And I'm going to give you guys the total number of green items and I'll explain how it works. So you can see here for tier 1, you only need one of each item here. It's fairly easy to do, and it's not complicated, except for this one here. When you go to a recipe, you have to craft it, but it still requires just the one item, which is the core, okay? Now I'm going to take you to a tier 2 unit real quick, and I'm going to show you guys the difference between a tier 2 unit and a tier 1 unit. So let me just find a tier 2 unit real quick for you. Tier 2, perfect. So when you go to recipe, now you need the same one main item, but now you also need these DNAs, okay? I'm going to explain to you guys how many you need in total to go from 1 to 3 of that. Now this applies to the entire recipe, again, all slots except for the bottom right. You can see here it's the same scenario here, just main item. When I say main item, I mean the item that was required for the slot, and then the DNA is required, okay? And then of course in the bottom right, you're gonna need something different. You need the core again, and an additional item, in this case, the mythic binding, okay? Tier 3, same scenario happens, you just need more DNAs, and you need more of these items altogether. Again, I'm gonna explain to you how it works and how many you need. So let's say you wanna get Enchantress up to tier 3, right? So what is the total amount of items that you need in general to do that? Let me go through that with you right now. So to go from tier 1 to tier 3, she needs a total of, and this is for each slot, okay? 3 main items here, 3 main items here, 3 main items here, 3 main items here, and 3 main items there. So 3 main items for each slot. Each slot also requires total of 9 DNAs each, okay? So that's 9 times 5, 3 times 5. So 15 total items. They are different items, so don't farm 15 of the same one. Make sure you go to each one and farm, instead of 1, farm 3. Okay, just to make your life a little easier if you plan to get her to 3 tiers. And 9 DNAs for each one. So DNAs, because they're all going to be the same DNA across the board here to here, you can farm a total of 3 times 9, okay? Bottom right is different. Bottom right, you're going to need a total of 8 items, okay? So which means you need 1 core the first time, then you need over here another core again, and then a mythic binding. And then after this for tier 3, you need 3 cores and then 2 mythic bindings. Okay, total of 8 items. That's what that's going to take in order to get yourself from 1 to 3. So I'll put those numbers up on the screen for you guys right now, okay? Just so you guys are aware. That's what that takes. So if you want, I can even break this down even further. We can say total cores. You need 1 here. You need 3 for tier 3, if I recall. Here we go, tier 3. I believe you need 3 cores. Yeah, so there you go, 2 cores. So it's total of 8 items, but we'll put it in as 1, 2, 3, 4 cores. 4 cores, and you need 3 items here, and then 1 before that. So 4 items, okay? That's what I mean by that. So 4 total items and 4 total cores equals 8 items. So that will take you from 1 to 3. So you can, if you want to complete a full character, that's how you do it. Now, once you finish that, you're going to move over to blue items in your tier 4 section. Okay, so let me go back to my tier 4 units. Let's go to Superman. I believe I just got him. So you can see here he's tier 4, and all of a sudden the stats now get amplified quite a bit. So tier 4 is your biggest jump now for damage. So a lot of you guys who are stuck on Raven or Superman, you do want to focus tier 4 and up. Obviously for Superman, you want to be around tier 5 if you can, but it does take some time. So let's talk about each of these tiers again and how many items you need. You can see here now the recipes have expanded even further, and I'm going to do the same thing. All slots, bottom right. So for tier 4, all slots, every character, 1 main item, 3 augmented fragments, 3 enhanced reactants, and 5 advanced simulations. Okay, so that's 1, 3, 3, 5. 1, 3, 3, 5. I'll give you the total from 4 to 6, so you guys know what to farm if you want to get Superman from 4 to 6. We'll just use Superman as our example. Now, when you go to the bottom right, it does change, right? So you need 2, 1, 3, and 5. Okay? So what does it take to go, if I want to get Superman from 4 to 6, what's my total count that I need? All slots except for bottom right. You're going to need 9, for this slot specifically, 9 of this item. Put 9 for each slot. Okay? For their specified item. You need 9 of each item. Okay? Because it goes 1, 3, and then 5. As you go per tier. 1, 3, 5. I'm giving it to you guys now instead of showing you. I can show you as well if you want, but let me know in the comment section. I can in Discord. For this one here, you're going to need 3, 9, and 15, totaling 27 of these fragments. So you're going to need 27 of these augmented health reactant fragments. So farm 27 of these. Here you're going to need also 27, which is the same variation here. 3, 9, and 15. And then lastly, you're going to need a total of 30 simulations or polymers, depending on the unit you have, okay? Or other ones as well too. Again, based on the unit, you're going to need 30 of this item. Okay, that will give you your full tier 4 to tier 6 items that you need, except for the bottom rights. Okay, going to the bottom rights. So the numbers that you need to finish the bottom right to complete 4 to 6 tiers, 17 of the main items here on the left, the cores in this case, 8 items right beside it, which in this case is going to be the argonium, 27 of the reactants right there, and 30 of the simulations. So in total, to go from tier 4 to tier 6, you're going to need 60 of these, 54 of these, 8 of these items, and 17 of these ones. And then, like I mentioned, for this here, you're going to need 9 and 27. Okay, again, those will be up on the screen for you guys to view. Tier 7, I don't have any here, but I thank you to Rob again for providing me with these numbers. Tier 7, right now, like I mentioned, to finish the bottom right, you have to purchase the items in the store, so you have to be extremely patient. Nobody has gone past tier 7 yet. All slots, except for the bottom right, 6 main items, 6 items beside that, 6 enhanced reactants, and 10 purple simulations. So 6, 6, 6, and 10. Bottom right, you require 4, 6, 6, and 10. Okay, these are purple items now. They are different than blue, so do not farm past tier 6 if you're not looking to tier 6 anybody else. Save your stamina and actually advance in the storyline and push for the purple areas if you can. And at that point, you should be able to get yourself some tier 7 items as well. Unfortunately, with tier 7, you can't finish it without the shop, so it's going to take some patience. All right, guys, there's all the farming you need to do to go from 1 to 7. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I will put these in the description as well. And you guys can let me know how you feel about that. It's going to be a lot of patience required on your end, guys. Don't expect to get this done anytime soon. Remember, this game is a marathon, not a sprint. This is Payne. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.